Welcome to a new daily top AskReddit video. Today's topic.
What product is the biggest scam, but people like it anyway? I feel like streaming platforms are starting to swing into scam territory by baiting everyone into joining with no ads and a low price. Then, raising the prices and bringing back ads. Yup, Paramount Plus pissed me off with this and their app is super glitchy. I'm getting unskippable football ads on Prime Video, which a fake doesn't have multiple tiered subscriptions. Herbalife, they must have done something special to manage to sell it to a lot of people. Not only tricking people into being individual sellers, but now many of them are opening storefronts disguised as coffee shops, health drink cafes. They claim they have healthy shakes and teas, which are just Herbalife with candy and syrup piled on. The amount of people that buy into it being healthy is insane. If you have a new place opening locally, do your research about if it's a legit coffee or smoothie place or one of these absolute disasters of a scam. Timeshares. Edit. The number of suckers in the comments trying to explain why actually the one they bought is not a scam is hilarious. So much so that there are now standalone companies devoted to freeing people from timeshare contracts. It's probably the same company. Buy it back for pennies on the dollar and resell at full price. Think John Oliver did a special on timeshares that revealed timeshare repurchasing companies are often the timeshare sellers themselves under a different name. We went to a resort in Mexico a few months ago and had to sit through one of these. It didn't really feel optional, but they at least gave us spa dollars. I set the timer on my phone for 1 hour and had eaten an edible before. Thing kicked in hard midway through. I talked and talked and talked and talked. I talked about how I liked the way the shadow of something echoed the shape of something else. I liked the smell of the flowers flanking the walkway, and yes, we're going to stop and smell them. I talked at length about how they should be marketing to millennial dinks because we have loads of vacations ahead of us. Where the boomers are getting old and feeble, I said, aging out. I wasn't rude. Timeshares are so boomer. No millennial is going to buy a timeshare and their marketing tactics are so old and tired. Example. They gave me a key to open the suite so I could experience opening our suite, and it's like, this resort has bracelet keys. This isn't even accurate. My husband asked if I was trying to outtalk their time as a strategy, and I am like, yup, PPP. At the end, some end boss came and I said we had to leave because we wanted to go enjoy our vacation. And the hour is up, and he said I sounded like his ex-girlfriend. He asked if we're going to buy, and I said no. We said no at the beginning. He asked if it was something they did, pointing to the salespeople. I said no. They were great, but I didn't appreciate you comparing me to your ex. I can't decide if I'm brave or just a bitch when I'm stoned. Regardless, I'm not buying a damn timeshare. Millennial here. I've never sat through a timeshare pitch, but now I know how I'm going to approach it if I ever am. Alkaline water. I saw an Instagram post the other day recommending to mix alkaline water with vinegar to remove the taste. We've officially reached the dumbest timeline. I was in line behind a guy buying a big jug of alkaline water. Label said, guaranteed pH greater than 8.8 inches. I asked him why that high of a pH was necessary. Ramble, 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 city water isn't that high. I informed him the city's water was higher, 9.2. He questioned how I knew that. I told him I was the QA chemist for the drinking water plant and had tested it 3 times today. Well, I just don't like the taste. Fair enough. You should ask him if he drinks it with a slice of lemon. I have patients with severe reflux and I tell them to try it. It's the only situation where something alkaline might be of help. Most of them say no difference. ETA. A bunch of you have added comments to say that alkaline water has helped your reflux. I'm grateful. Reflux sucks. I get it myself from time to time and it definitely ruins my night. Well, the anecdotal evidence here appears to be, try alkaline water if you have reflux. It might be useful after all. Came here to say this. My acid reflux is mostly under control with medication. But recently I had to take an antibiotic and the reflux was awful again. Alkaline water was the only thing that helped. Minor textbook upgrades that the colleges require students to pay hundreds for to pass the class. Frankly, the entire college textbook industry is a huge scam. You are telling me calculus I has changed enough in the last 30 years to account for a new $100 book every year? When I taught statistics as professor, our department had enough copies of an older book that I just gave them to students and asked them to return them at the end of the semester. If they didn't, then they got incomplete, for the course until it was replaced. Nothing had changed in the last 20 years about computing a chi-squared. You have to get access to the online homework app. You can't just get the app. You have to purchase a brand new, latest edition book that comes with an app code. Oh, you want the ebook? Here is the shittiest e-reader app ever that requires internet connection to view content. Fuck McGraw-Hill. Fuck Cengage. Fuck Pearson. As a professor that does not get to choose my textbook. Agreed. The system sucks. Copperfit products. I was so ready to write an impassioned screed about the value of traditional plumbing products. Then I realized you meant those scammer-ass compression sleeves. Damn, I feel like I'm missing out now. Go off, bro. I know the copper does nothing, but I do love a compression sleeve, and that's what Walgreens had, lol. It keeps them from stinking when you sweat in them. It doesn't do anything it claims to. But copper is bacteriostatic. I remember hearing that the copper can somewhat help with reducing odor from sweat, BO. But I'm no really sure how true that is. My answer too, but Costco. 2 knee braces for $20, couldn't pass that up. Don't let that fool you, compression socks are game changers. I wear them daily. As someone who works on my feet all day, compression socks are the difference between hobbling by the end of the day and feeling fine by the end of the day. They work. Chiropractors. Go to a physical therapist. They can help you with your physical pain with the added benefit of a medical degree. So much yes. The terminal degree now for physical therapists is a doctorate. Licensed PTs who earned a master's in the past before the switch are grandfathered in, provided they keep up on continuing education and licensing guidelines. Physical therapists go to real, accredited universities that have science departments that offer other medical programs as well. Physical therapists complete strictly supervised rotations in hospital, elder care homes, outpatient clinics, etc. ETA. Also, physical therapists will do collaborative care with your physician, not see them as competition. Chiropractors are now getting sneakier and starting to drop the chiro title. I started getting hip pain several weeks ago and found the website of what looked like a local orthopedist. No mention of chiropractic whatsoever on the site. Make an appointment. Get there, and something just feels off. They take X-rays and tell me the problem is in my spine, not my hip. Try to sell me on some treatment package. I knocked right on out of there. Went to a real orthopedic MD. Turns out I've got hip impingement. No amount of spinal adjustments was going to fix hip impingement. You forgot about the qualifications to become a chiropractor, which is to just say that you're a chiropractor. Diamonds. I just spent a couple months engagement ring shopping with my girlfriend. The whole time, we kept doing more and more research saying, but there's got to be a reason people are paying 10x any other stone, including literally identical moissanites, for a diamond. There's got to be a reason. No, there's no reason. Diamonds are a scam, the end. For that matter, so are all name brand jewelers. I went so far as to deeply research the raw materials and labor cost of fine jewelry making as though I was starting my own business. The markup at name brand jewelers is just stupid. Even Costco, which I feel like I can usually count on to be reasonably low markup. The whole industry is a massive scam. Because back in the day you could only get diamonds from rivers in India by panning and they'd find the weight of a small car annually. So they were pretty rare. Then they found the reserves in Africa and De Beers restricted supply to maintain value. Much like OPEC is doing to maintain oil prices at as close to $100 a barrel as they can get. That and ever-shifting marketing around quality. First it was about purity being valuable, but when lab diamonds showed up that were pretty much flawless, suddenly it was all about the little imperfections that make natural diamonds so valuable. And who wants something gross and perfect? EWW. Engagement rings as a concept were invented by them too. There is a reason why her engagement ring and both our wedding rings were bought on Etsy. Get it straight from an artist and isn't marked up through the roof. Lab diamonds for the win. Anyone that insists on having a mined diamond is superficial and has no issue with child slaves dying in the mines just so they can feel good about themselves, thinking they're better than someone who has a bigger molecularly identical diamond grown in an ethical setting for a fraction of the price. A diamond's value is derived from the number of children that died for it. Their souls are then absorbed by the stone to give it its shine. Car dealerships. $200 upcharge on a brand new car for nitrogen in the tires. They have no shame. So many dealerships lost my business because of this. I would find a truck I wanted, negotiated an out the door price I was happy with. Then once we sit down to do paperwork, I see an extra $1 minus $2K in charges added. Not tax. When I ask for details, they say, oh, $200 for nitrogen-filled tires, $1,100 for anti-theft GPS tracker, $700 for custom tint job coating, or some BS like that. I would say I don't want any of that. Give me, out the door, price we agreed upon. And they say they can't. But we can knock off $500 and throw in a free car wash plus detailing, which should be included anyway. Even if the vehicle was a great price, I would let that extra $1 minus $1.5K be the deciding factor and just walk. Eventually, after the second time this happened to me, I would just start asking the question up front, are there any non-removable upgrades that your dealership installed that will be charged and is not included on the sticker price of the vehicle? It made him so uncomfortable but saved me so much time. It made him so uncomfortable but saved me so much time. Trying to get you to waste so much time that you're uncomfortable turning down the extra $2,000 in Fees was exactly their plan all along. Good on you for giving them a taste of their own brand of discomfort-inducing BS. I wouldn't buy a vehicle with a dealer-installed GPS tracker if they have a discount for it. Worked at a car dealership for a bit. If you come in to get more nitrogen put in your tires, they just use regular air. I was the one that went to fill the tire once for someone. I asked one of the service advisors about it and was told they had the machine but it wasn't hooked up and just use regular air. Lol. God, I hated that job. Well, regular old earth air is 78% nitrogen. $200 upcharge on a brand new car for nitrogen in the tires. PFFT. Nitrogen is so 2021 now. Tell them you want helium in the tires to help with your MPG. Nah. Hydrogen. Even lighter. Why? Under the right conditions, it might lift you right off the ground.